All right, Medicare is one of those things that everybody's heard about, but few people really understand all the ins and outs involved. So we decided to play detective.
Yeah, we put out a call on social media asking what you want to know most about Medicare. And right now we're tackling the top voted questions with the help of someone who actually knows what all those letters mean.
Yes. So with us now is the CEO of MediConnect, Lance O'Brien. And Lance, before we even get to the questions that we got on social media, we got some great questions.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want to talk to you about open enrollment because that actually starts today, right?
It started first thing this morning and it has been absolutely crazy already. First day where people can enroll in plans, and they have until December 7th to make their decision, and those plans go into effect January 1st.
Yeah, also the first day where people can switch plans too,
Yes,
right?
Yes. So this is the time where anybody that has Medicare, it's their time, it's go time, it's Christmas morning.
All right. So we're going to hop right into the questions because we have some good ones here. So Edith says, why not make it simple? We have a bunch of plans with explanations that are so hard to understand.
Honestly, was not shocked by this question at all because it is the biggest one we get. And my answer is simply this. Insurance by nature is not simple. Think about it this way, when you're working, there's an HR department that handles everything for you, right? But when you retire, now you're kind of on your own, and then you've got all of these different health needs and plans that are available and different zip codes and all of that. So people really need to find someone that can fill that space, and that's really what we do. But the challenge is there's so many different prescriptions, so many different doctors. That's why there's the need for so many different plans.
Yeah, but you guys understand that language.
We do, because we work with all the plans.
Yes.
So that's really the big difference from them calling a carrier. They're going to get one slice of the pie, where when they work with MediConnect or someone like us, they're going to actually be able to talk to somebody who knows all 65 pieces of the pie, because that's how many plans there are in a lot of the counties now.
Yeah, you've done the homework. You're going to help everybody compare to see what's best for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Linda is saying, why do I pay monthly for Medicare, plus I pay for a Medicare supplement that is supposed to help with what Medicare doesn't pay for, but since I have a ton of out-of-pocket expenses, it's just not realistic long-term, she's saying, on a fixed income. I mean, it sort of speaks to the complications of this too, where you need, Part B, Part D, all the, your head spins.
Do I get a Plan F? What about a Medicare
Right.
Advantage plan? And the reality is the average Social Security check day in America is just a little over $1,800. And that's usually the single source of income. So her question about cost is super important. I think the big thing that I would say about it is when you first go on to Medicare, I think that is the single most important time to make sure you talk to an expert. Because there are different plan options, supplement. You have very little out-of-pocket cost, right? Where an Advantage plan, there will be co-pays and stuff, but there's different premiums, right? So that initial launch into Medicare is super important to understand the system itself and how to get the best coverage for the cost that you can afford.
Yes, really, really important. All right. Question 3 is, I received a letter saying my plan is being terminated at the end of the year. Why is this happening?
Yeah, so this happens every year, believe it or not, but usually it's on a very small scale. This year it is not. We're literally talking hundreds of thousands of people across the country and over 100,000 in the state of Pennsylvania alone whose plans are being terminated. A couple years ago, keep this as simple as possible, Inflation Reduction Act was signed, right? In that Inflation Reduction Act, a lot of great things for the consumers. Cap on insulin. Can't pay more than $35. Awesome, right? Limit what somebody can pay out of pocket for their drugs in a given year. $2,100 this coming year. Well, just because they don't have to pay for it doesn't mean someone doesn't have to pay for it, right? And a lot of that cost was pushed onto the insurance carriers. So now they're in a situation where they're having to set their plans, discontinue some plans. So it is very scary, right? Because they're getting a letter that says you're not going to have coverage as of January 1st.
Boy.
So they need to actually reach out and get help on that.
Lance, thank you so much for being here, really. I mean, you helped educate us, and there's a lot to know.
There really is. Good information. All right, we want to say thank you to MediConnect for taking your questions and sponsoring today's conversation.
Now, the annual enrollment period for Medicare does begin today, and to learn about the ways that MediConnect can help you connect with Medicare, just go to our website, PittsburghTodayLive.com.
All right, we'll be right back.